I have with me the legal team, the advocate of Jacqueline Fernandez, Prashant Patil, who in fact is now joining us here on CNN News 18. Prashant, we appreciate you taking out time and joining us here. Let's actually begin with the basics. How did your client, Jacqueline Fernandez, know SukeshChandrasekhar?
There's this person by the name of Mr. Sukesh. He has used a modular phone technology wherein he used to use this phone technology to make spoof calls to his victims. And that we know, Delhi police has also revealed that, registered an FIR because one lady who owns a pharmaceutical industry, she was conned in a similar manner for an amount of rupees 200 crores by Sukesh. So allegedly the Delhi police has registered an FIR and also filed a charge sheet under MCOC. In a similar fashion, Sukesh first approached the stylist of my client, Jacqueline, through a spoof call. So when this Mr. Stylist gets a phone call, the Truecaller ID is reflected that he's getting a call from a Union Home Ministry. So allegedly a senior bureaucrat from Union Home Ministry was talking to the stylist of my client, wherein the senior bureaucrat introduced Mr. Sukesh as Shankar Vela. It's an impersonated identity, obviously a fictitious identity. And he hails allegedly from Tamil Nadu, a nephew of a leading political leader of Tamil Nadu, owner of Sun TV, allegedly. This was the impersonation done. And this particular Mr. Shankar Vela, he wants to get in touch with Jacqueline for some professional work. That was how the introduction started. So this is the fundamental facts which even the investigating agencies have investigated.
But Prashant, didn't your client at any stage want to do any sort of a background check?
Now listen to this. This man has been introduced as Shankar Vela. Again, this, if you do any background check on Shankar Vela, you'll not find anything. Incidentally, as a common victim, it's not only my client, but there are many other celebrities who have been victimized in similar fashion. Even the main complainant who has lost almost 200 crores to Sukesh, she has been conned in a similar fashion. Nobody does a background check when you get a call, allegedly, from a Union Home Ministry's number, from a Truecaller ID. Okay? And when senior bureaucrats are talking to you, getting introduced to you, revealing certain details, a common man's thinking is usually they believe what they're hearing. They believe the call that they're receiving. When you call back that number, the Truecaller ID will show that it has been done through some ministry. So these kind of spoof call technologies, many people are victim. Now, understand my facts. The agencies cannot go hot and cold at one time. At one side, if they believe that this complainant, I will not name her, a leading business entrepreneur at Delhi, a lady, she was conned by Sukesh using the same modus operandi. Used to use the same technology, which allegedly she thought she's talking to a senior bureaucrat. And she lost 200 crores.
Okay, so you're saying spoofing technology was used. Your client, Jacqueline Fernandez, didn't even know the real identity of SukeshChandrasekhar. At this point, I also want to understand, how did she know Pinky Irani? Because they were put face to face yesterday at the EOW. How did they get to know each other?
So then again, it's something like this. If you go by the Enforcement Directorate's charge sheet, it was not that Pinky Irani and Jacqueline were friends. It was not that Pinky Irani and Jacqueline knew each other. I don't want to reveal much more details beyond this because my matter is listed on 26th. I don't want to argue on the evidence part of it. But to give you a bird's eye view, this Mrs. Irani, she approached the stylist and she approached Jacqueline on behalf of Sukesh. That is the ED's investigation I'm talking about. I'm not making any statement within my knowledge. It is the factual charge sheet filed by ED, which extract of which I'm sharing with you. So she approached Jacqueline saying that this guy is a genuine fellow. I know him for the last 30 years. He happens to be a leading business entrepreneur and he wants to do a movie with you. So there are certain extracts of WhatsApp communications between Jacqueline and Irani. This is how it has come out. So more than this, I will not be able to reveal. It's a part of evidence. But maybe post our argument on 26th, I will be able to reveal this.
Sure, we'll reconnect post the 26th. But Prashant, I now want to talk to you specifically about the gifts that were given by SukeshChandrasekhar to Jacqueline. As I said, there's a hefty price tag on it. Luxury cars, bags, a horse, a Persian cat. At no point was there any red flag that was raised in Jacqueline's head. And more importantly, Why did Jacqueline accept such luxurious gifts when she knew Sukesh Chandrasekhar was in jail?
First and foremost, she did not know him as Sukesh. She knew him as somebody else, as an impersonated fictitious identity. Secondly, there is not a single piece of evidence, and I repeat, not a single piece of evidence with either of the agencies, or in public domain or in private domain, documentary evidence, oral evidence in form of statement, in a form of WhatsApp message, which will reflect that Jacqueline ever demanded such gifts. But there is evidence on record, which we will show it to the Honorable Court, that Jacqueline has denied these gifts. This is not what I'm saying right now. It's during the conversation, certain mobiles were seized of some other people, I will not name them. During that retrieval of some messages, WhatsApp messages of that mobile phones, it is reflected that Jacqueline has been saying that I do not know him, why should I accept these gifts? She's totally denying it. Then what exactly transpired post that is a matter of evidence, which we will argue. But I repeat, there is not an evidence to show that Jacqueline demanded any gifts, but there is evidence to show that she totally denied these gifts.
So what was then the nature of the relationship of Jacqueline Fernandez and Sukesh Chandrasekhar?
According to the instructions of my client, Jacqueline was just started to know him. She was in an interim period of just knowing him. Obviously, Sukesh was trying his level best to woo her by going all out of his way, like impersonating himself, telling that projecting himself as a leading business entrepreneur. But Jacqueline was just she started to know him. There was no relationship between them.
I also want to go back quickly to a comment that you've made in the past where you've said that your client Jacqueline Fernandez has been treated unfairly vis-a-vis the other actors. Why do you say so?
See, if we believe that Jacqueline should have Googled him or counter-checked his identity, and she shouldn't have fallen prey to his con tactics, and that's why she's been made an accused, which is not the law. If you go by the strict interpretation of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, it's an act made with an intention to counter-check money laundering. It has nothing to do with gifts. But if we can allege a particular person, especially a lady in this case, like Jacqueline, who's really struggled her way out of her hard work to make it so big, each and every penny that is there in her account is a tax-paid money, her hard-earned money. And if somebody can identify that money as proceeds of crime and make her an accused, within the same tactics of modus operandi, other celebrities have been made as a witness. So this is just a legal submission. There's nothing personal against anybody. I feel that this is not a fair investigation. If you ask me, as a lawyer practicing on PMLA matters, she's definitely not an accused.